She'd have locks broken, she'd have cameras broken, she would have people break in and move her furniture around. They'd poison her plants and things like that. Nothing was ever stolen, and the worst thing that she had done was there was a knife put through her clothing, which is very odd. And we thought she was crazy for the 3 years living there, maybe the first 2. My father had people laughing about him at the front of the house a few times. I heard it, but thought he was going crazy. It was a church group, and they would comment on him. There was also some builders that were there for over a year, working on an extension of some tea room at the back of the house. It's very noisy there. There was an awful lot of people that would go there in the summer, just off from our property. And they would go outside purposely to make noise and comment on my father. And what was strange is, I could have sworn they were commenting on me in my room at some point. Very weird. So we had all these weird things going on. My dad, he got stalked ever since I was little. People would harass him in public. It was just a normal thing. Now, while this is going on, my dad's getting very ill. Knocks to the door, asking to fight me, poisoning my cat, things like that. He goes crazy. He's not well. For years. I had to piss in bottles. I couldn't leave my bedroom. It was so bad. I had to pay money for music to be turned off, where I had a bedroom over the living room. And if I wanted to go to sleep, I had to pay money so my dad could drink more. Now, in this new house, we were in Somerset, 2019, it was less of an issue, but he was going crazy from all the weird things going on. Now, my cyber stalking continued from 2020. Lewis and some friends got together to invade the small friend group I had. They used a German girl called Annie, who was Jack's friend, to talk with me. And then they introduced someone else into the group who didn't use their microphone. And I immediately thought, it's probably Lewis. I already knew Annie before all this, and I just was quiet about this. She had the same cat names and everything. It was really creepy. I guess they thought I'd forgotten about her, or just I wouldn't say anything, and I just watched this unfold, and this person anyway. They'd log into an account on League of Legends called Cat Only Fans. This was Lewis's account. I would check his accounts every month or so. I saw him change the name. I know it was his. It leads back to, many seasons ago playing. I know 100% it's Lewis's. And, they gaslit me. They pretended to be a severely autistic person, couldn't make friends, physically unwell. And they would tell me to kill myself, make fun of me, and talk about things they shouldn't know in my life, like being left money. The exact amount of money I was left, commenting on it, private things I was working on, things in Unity, art projects, things like that, they knew about. They were watching me the whole time. They made me very paranoid, and they got me to self-harm. This went on for 2 years, and I just kind of gave up. I gave up having friends, though. I never really got to make any because of the stalking. I dealt with this abuse, and I would hit myself, and I'd wake up with a swollen face. I'd log back online the next morning, couldn't see out my left eye, and I'd get flamed and messed with again. They would sexualize a lot of characters in the games, and they would try and pick out what I found sexually attractive. I thought it was kind of creepy. Now, I'm a very prude guy. I don't like talking about sexual things. So I think it was just to psychologically mess with me. Now, the person that they used mostly behind the account was Lewis's friend, and I haven't met them before. But they played Minecraft together, and Lewis would make YouTube videos, and they would shit talk me in the comments. It was on a 24-hour Minecraft server. I think they had a relation with a psychologist at some point, and often they would. I think multiple people took rotations on this account to make fun of me and hurt me. And they would always mention, like, creating killers and things like that. Certain types of psychology. I don't know why I had to keep speaking with them, but I did every day. It was very rude. It was my only form of social interaction, because, hey, my mum's too medicated. My dad's threatening to kill me. I can't have mental health. And my neighbours are fucking weird, and I don't want to go out there. I had them comment on me from outside. I don't know what's going on. I'm getting really paranoid, you know. So this kind of marks near the end of the quote-unquote gangstalking until I become an actual targeted individual. My dad gets arrested in 2022. And I really turned my life around for a few months. My dad had a restraining order. He went to live with his sister for a while, and my mum got put on new medication that made her a lot more capable mentally to think, and I became her full-time carer. I started learning to cook and clean for myself for the first time in my life. At 22 years old, I kept the blinds closed for 5 years. I didn't even see the sun, and I opened them for the first time. I studied every day. I had never felt so happy in my life, and I got rid of my stalkers, and I thought, well, I've just got my mum, I've got my cat, and everything will be fine. We tried to move house in 2022. The house that we were living in had a lot of problems, so we really needed to get out of there. Very noisy too. But we ended up moving to have a break-in on the first night in this new house in Minehead. Nothing was stolen, but every night following there was a car at the front of the house, and it would leave its engine going, and it would stay there for half an hour, then go away for half an hour and come back. Every hour it would do this on repeat. Half an hour there, then circle around and come back, from 11 till 6 in the morning. There was a black car that would circle the house all day long, with tinted windows. And I'd watch this. We had them create noise campaigns in the day. And what it sounded like, that there were neighbours talking about what came off the removals van. Music equipment, things like that, trying to suss out what we did for a living. No, I'm just a full-time carer for my mum. You know, I don't really have a career besides art, which I put on hold because of what I've been going through. It's the only thing I've ever been offered money to do, which is a shame. This experience and harassment has demoralized me. It goes much deeper than that. Maybe I'll talk about that another time. But these people outside anyway, supposedly the neighbours are talking about doing a hustle and jive. Now this is a scheme where you cheat someone out of their money after gaining their trust. And they started talking about getting a ham radio for some reason. A little weird. We were able to move away after a few days. I think we were there for like 5 days, something like that. And go back to the previous property. Now, while we're there, the summer comes around after a few months, and the people from this place in Minehead It sounded like they were outside talking about us, where the